standout linebacker on the SWOSU football team from 1979 to 1980. A two-time all-conference and all-district player for the Bulldogs under Coach Bob Mazie. And he helped SWOSU to a co-championship of the Oklahoma Intercollegiate Conference in 1980. And following his senior season, listen to this, several accolades, including being named the OIC District 9 Defensive Player of the Year, along with first team NAIA All-American and third team AP Little All-American honors. And he also wanted me to let you know that he also earned the Joe Bailey Metcalf Award for Best Football Player at SWOSU. He's very, very proud of that as well. Not just his accolades outside of SWOSU, but being named Best Player on the squad that year. He certainly was. Upon his graduation in 1983, Harper spent 1 year as a physical education teacher and assistant football coach at Widefield High School in Colorado Springs. He returned to his alma mater after that. He came back to SWOSU, where he served as a graduate assistant and linebackers coach for the Bulldogs from 1984 to 1986, and he also coached the SWOSU men's track program as well, earning Coach of the Year honors in 1986, in fact. Harper returned to the high school ranks from 1986 to 88, coaching and teaching in Arlington, Texas, before being hired as an assistant track and football coach at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, beginning a collegiate coaching career that has spanned coaching stops at Tuskegee University, Morris Brown College, Savannah State University, Arkansas Pine Bluff, Benedict College, and Alabama A&M. How about all those stops? And he currently serves as the assistant head coach and D-line coach at Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. He's a native of Gulfport, Mississippi, and he earned his bachelor's degree in health, physical education, and recreation from SWOSU in 1983. Please welcome the newest member to the SWOSU Athletic Hall of Fame, Gary Harper.
As I look out over this room here, standing before you all today, my heart is filled with joy. Being a first-team All-American, Defensive Player of the Year, a Joe Bailey Metcalf Award winner, winning all of these and other awards I have received, there is nothing that is greater than being inducted into this Hall of Fame. I would first like to thank God for this opportunity to stand here today. In Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. How fitting it is to stand here today, 31st day of January 2015. It was 36 years ago, this month, 23rd of January, that I walked onto this campus. The last game I ever played on this campus was against East Central University. To Southwestern Oklahoma State University, the mighty blue and white, thank you for this honor, for being a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame. To be in line for this award was not easy. The road to success was not straight. There were curves called failures. There were loops called confusion. Speed bumps called friends, and red lights called enemies. Caution lights called family, and flats called obstacles. But I had a spare called determination, and an engine called preservation. I had insurance called faith, and I had a driver called Jesus. And I made it to this place called success. I would like to thank Thomas and Margaret Harper, my parents, whom I would like to thank so greatly for the hard work and attitude that they instilled in me. As they look down on me today, I hope that your son have made you proud. To my wife, Carla. You know, it was raining when we drove here today. I was glad she was driving. I I was just holding the steering wheel. I'm sure some of you all are familiar with that. Thank you for being my wife, my biggest supporter, the love of my life, my life partner, my spiritual partner. Thank you for being there for me through the ups and the downs. Thank you for being with me through all our moves from city to city, job to job, and never complaining. For giving up your job to follow me and my job. Thank you, Carla, and I love you. To my sons, Remario, Marcus, and Justin, and my daughter, Courtney. Marcus, whom was born here in Weatherford. Justin, I guess you would say, was conceived here in Weatherford. Thank you, my children. I am so proud of you. To President Randon Butler, Todd Thurman, Director of Athletics, Assistant Director Todd Helton, and Ruben Turan, thank you. To George Siku, my head football coach at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, thank you. To Bob Mazie, my head coach when I was here at Southwestern, whom was like a father to me. To learn from him about football and to how to lead young men, Bob Mazie, I just want to thank you. To Bob Densmore, who was the offensive line coach here and who helped recommend me to this committee to the Hall of Fame. Coach Densmore, I thank you. To Ed Buffin, who was the defensive coordinator here when I was here. Thank you, Coach Buffin. To Woody Roof, who was the offensive coordinator here when I was here. Thank you, Coach Roof. To Jim Phillip, who took Coach Densmore's place when he moved on. Thank you, Jim Phillip. To George Hauser. And I'm sorry that Coach couldn't make it today because I was looking forward to him. Coach was great to me. I was in Coach class. I used to see Coach all the time, and when I was here, wasn't many guys wearing earrings in their ear. And Coach used to tease me all the time about my earring and throw kisses at me. And he used to say, Bull, I bet you drink Pearl beer. I just wanted to tell Coach Howler no, and I still don't drink Pearl beer. To Larry Gergen, who was the head baseball coach here, who was over the O Club. I'm sorry Coach not here either because I just wanted to thank him for them O Club meals we used to have to get away from the cafeteria every now and then. To Don Mitchell, who was the head rodeo coach here. Coach Mitchell and I used to talk. And you know how I said your first, not my first rodeo? Well, Coach Mitchell, here, when I went to the rodeo, it was my first. To the late Otis Delaford, who was the AD when I came here. And after spring ball, he used to say, he told me, he said, boy, one day you'll be a great football player here. I like the way you play. And Coach Delaford, you looking down upon me right now, I just want to say I had a great career here. To the late Cecil Perkins, who was the AD after Coach Delaford. Thank you, Cecil Perkins. To the late Dr. Campbell. Dr. Campbell used to walk around gyms. He would talk to the players. He would talk to you, just have a sit around, talk with you, pat you on the back, very encouragement. For a president, that was great encouragement to a player and to a student, period. And I just wanted to say thank you, Dr. Campbell. To Buck Buchanan. I never met Buck, but Buck and I used to communicate on Facebook. Buck and I used to talk. And Buck, I just want to thank, for a fellow Bulldog from one to the other, you was great, and thank you. who came before me that I know played with me, played part in my life: John Lofton, Rex Ryan, Rob Ryan, Brad Lindenberg, Cecil Perkins, Bob Densmore and Buck Buchanan, George Housen and Larry Gergen, Louis Mendoza, Anita Foster Reed, Dr. Mitchell, Kelly Litch, and my teammates Steve Price and Carl Birdsong. Thank you. To the colleges and the university and high schools that I have coached at: Widefield, Southwestern, Mississippi Gulf Coast, Tuskegee, Morris Brown, South Atlanta High School, Savannah State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Benedict College, Alabama A&M University, and now Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. I just want to thank you. To my teammates, if it was not for you guys working hard, having a winner attitude, all the long hours in the classrooms, in the weight rooms, the football fields, the blood, the sweat, and the tears that we shared together, fighting every step of the way with me, this is why today I am inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. This honor, as well as mine, this honor, is yours as well as mine. To the memories I have of you on and off the field have lasted me a lifetime. So today, I just want to say, Southwestern, to my former coaches, teammates, I love you. And looking back on this university right now was the right place for me. So I just want to say thank you, and God bless you. Thank you, Southwestern. Go, SWOSU.